What's up, guys? Rogue Budget here with Unashamed Gaming, bringing you another Black Ops 3 Arena gameplay today. This is one I promised you guys last week that I actually didn't end up uploading last week, so it's coming this week. But I'm using a Weevil in this game with grip and quick draw in Arena mode because they had banned basically every other usable sub, I believe, had been banned in this game. The VMP was banned, the Cuda was banned. This was after the Vesper nerf, so nobody uses the Vesper at this point in time. So for playing the hill, to me, the next best gun is the Weevil. I really don't think the Weevil is all that bad. Actually, I think I just saw somebody get killed by a Cuda. So maybe the Cuda wasn't banned in this gameplay, but I decided to use the Weevil. I think it's a better hill gun than the Cuda because it has such a high amount of bullets in it, as well as it kills pretty quickly. It's not that bad of a gun. And I had a pretty good gameplay with it. But it's a usable gun, especially now. I think they buffed it a little bit in this last update. I haven't played since the last update. I'm having to use some older videos here. I've been super busy. Like I said, I would be for a few weeks coming up. Hopefully after this week I'll have a little more time to play and get some more gameplays out for you guys. But I was using the Weevil because those things were banned, and it worked out pretty well for me. You'll see I played the hill pretty well with it. Also, here's a good little run around if you didn't know it existed. It's pretty obvious. Most people know about it now. I actually discovered it in the beta, but it's pretty useful to go around and get in that hill from the front side. You can go around the wall and get to the back, but that's why I was using the Weevil, and it worked out pretty well. I was playing the hill, strictly hill for the most part, OPJ in this gameplay. I was playing with my friend Josh, who I mentioned before. He was using a Razorback, I think, kind of slaying around the hill. And it worked out pretty well for us, this role. I got over 3 minutes of hill time in this video, so really that's what I think is going to be the best example of hill time to show you guys. 3 plus hill time is a lot, in my opinion, especially for a hardpoint game in an arena gameplay. So I think it's pretty good to get 3 plus hill time and have a pretty good KD at the end of things, all things considered. So that's kind of what why I'm uploading this video, and you know, it's pretty good in my opinion. It's a close game, a good game. I think. I don't really remember. Like I said, it's been a while. But you don't often get to see a good gameplay with a Weevil, really. It's so often a VMP or a Cuda that I thought, you know, if I'm in a game where I can use a Weevil, then maybe it'd be good to upload one of those. But I don't necessarily want to talk about the gameplay the whole time. Those are just a few things that I decided to mention that are related to the gameplay, as it were, why I was using Weevil in arena mode for one of them. But again, I don't think the Weevil is that bad of a gun. I never really have. Let's just put it this way. If the VMP's banned and I'm going to play a role that I would usually use a VMP for, I'm going to use the Weevil. It's a good gun. It's a good close quarters gun for sure. So keep that in mind. I just put quick draw grip on it. It might not even need grip. Maybe long barrel would be better. I don't really know. But I use grip. That's just me. But what I want to talk about, in addition to the Weevil and how it's not really all that bad, is Earth Day, which was last Friday. This video should be going up on Monday the 25th. Earth Day was the 22nd. So if you don't know what Earth Day is, it's basically just a day, a holiday, so to speak, to think about the Earth, think about conservation of our natural resources of the world that we live in, think about ways to preserve our world for the future. So I want to talk about that as it relates to Christianity, as it relates to us as Christians, and what we can do to play our part, not only on Earth Day, but every day, and what we are called to do as Christians. You know, we're called in the Bible to be stewards of the earth. And other places, there's many different places in the Bible where we see the earth described as God's creation. You know, just basically God's creation. And I don't have any scripture references right in front of me as I'm making this video. But if you'd like some scripture references, just leave it in the comments and I'll put some. I also may be able to include some in the description of this video, so check out there for some scripture references to a few of the things I'm mentioning, just basic verses to the effect of God's creation and that God cares about his creation, is pleased with his creation. And that alone, I believe, is enough to where we should want to preserve it. We should want to do our part to protect it, make it better if we can. I'm not saying we can improve on anything God's done, but to improve it for our future, or help it preserve for our future. It's the only world we've got to live in, and I think God has called us to take care of it. I know he has. Another thing to think about is we are also part of God's creation. God created us as well as everything else. He created us on the sixth day. And he saw that it was good, as he saw with the rest of his creation. You see in Genesis, when he creates the world, at the end of each day, he sees that it's good. His creation is good. So he's pleased with his creation. As part of his creation, we need to do our part to maintain it, to be part of it. Think about how many times you've heard people say they've seen God revealed through nature, or so they go somewhere really, really beautiful, the mountains or the beach, and they come back and they say, it was so beautiful, I saw God revealed through that beauty. God must exist because this is so beautiful. And I'm fortunate enough to live in a very beautiful place. The mountains of North Carolina are one of the most beautiful places on earth to me. And the beach is beautiful. I'm give it props, but home sweet home for me is these mountains, and I think it's great. I think it's very beautiful, and to me, I do see God revealed through the beauty of his creation, not only here, but everywhere I go, I see these magnificent things that only a loving and benevolent God could create. To me, it doesn't seem like it seems like a work of art, this world, I guess. We also, like I've said, are parts of this work of art, and we must do our part to maintain that beauty that God has created. He's given us the world to be rulers of. He's given us this opportunity to make plays in the future of this world. We have the power as human beings to kind of determine the future of the world, one way or another. We can destroy it, or we can do our part to preserve it. And it comes down to little things. The biggest thing you can do, I think, is just to go outside and enjoy nature, and that alone should make you want to preserve it. Should make you want to do your part, to preserve God's creation. Beyond that, you can do things like, simply recycling, or, pick up trash when you go outside. Just if you're walking, from a store to the parking lot in your car, I guarantee you can find some trash. You don't even have to go out of your way to do it. Along the pathway from the store to your car is probably at least one piece of trash that you can just pick up, stick it in the cup holder or in the door or something, and then when you get home, throw it away. It can't be that hard to do, or recycle it, whatever's the appropriate thing to do for that piece of trash. It's little things like that can make a large difference, if people just do it. And then if you want to be active about going out of your way to preserve the earth and things like that, you can, volunteer, clean up projects. You can, maybe take public transportation or a bike, or run or walk places. You have to drive everywhere. And I'm guilty of driving a lot of places, I know, but carpool maybe, or drive a hybrid, which are expensive. I don't have a hybrid. I can't afford a hybrid, but these are just some ways to do it. You can volunteer, clean up projects, donate money if you've got extra money to donate to organizations that are made for preserving. The point I'm trying to make with this video is this world that we live in is beautiful. It's part of the creation of God, our God that we worship as Christians. We are also part of that creation. And we are called as Christians to preserve God's creation and do what we can in order to keep it how it was when he created it. I mean, obviously we've come a long way from the Garden of Eden, not necessarily in a good way either, but we do need to do our part as Christians to hold up the beauty that is this creation that God has given us. That's really all I've got to say about it. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Happy Earth Day. I know this video is a few days late. I don't have Friday uploads, so it's going up on Monday. But again, we shouldn't need a special holiday to think about preserving this world that we live in. So just keep that in mind. This is the only world we have, so why not try and make it as good as we can. But that's all I'm going to say about it for today. If you'd like to, of course, talk about it further, there's always the discussion in the comments below. We do read the comments, so anybody who comments down there, we do see it. And if it's something that we can have a discussion about, then certainly I'd be glad to. I'm sure Enos would as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did get over 3 minutes of hill time with the Weevil, so a pretty good objectively based gameplay, and it was a fairly close game here until this last rotation of hills. We kind of pulled away a little bit, but I believe until about the 150-ish mark it was pretty close. So I'm at 310 right now of hill time, and that's roughly where I finish. I think I might get a few more seconds, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. As always, let us know what you want to see in the comments down below. You never know, we might pick your comment for something to do. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. God bless.
You won't enjoy our next encounter.